Okay. We're back live again. Let's Paint TV. Not really sure what was going on there, but we were not able to get up line. We are line, up a line. Hop, skip, jump. We are up line. We're up line. Oh, jeez. All right, we're still here. We're still here, people. Trying to figure out what to do. Getting bogged down with bullshit. All right, so I guess we'll just stay bogged down. It's always a good place to be. If you want to call the program, you can. 818-528-4516. Yep, that's what's going down. That's what's happening here. What camera is that shit? What's this one? Oh, I see. It's this one here. All right, well. Ooh, let me get some water. I'm going to get some water. All right. Let's Paint TV back again. Thanks again for being here. We got a really exciting show for you today. Actually, if you've been watching the show lately, we don't have much excitement coming. I don't know. I guess we do at times. I gotta say, we do at times have excitement, but I think anyone who would stumble upon this program, I am certain, I'm not almost, I am dead certain that they would see this as some pretty boring ass shit. At least I know that. I feel it. I feel the bored. I feel the boredom. I feel it. But we have done some exciting stuff here and there. Maybe we'll do I guess tomorrow's Friday, so we'll probably do some Friday night. Maybe we'll do a Friday night thing. Is that you, Daryl? Or is these new? Is that old chat? Is that an old chat? The old chat stays, and it's kind of tricky to know what is a new chat and what is an old chat. But feel free to chat, as you probably could figure that out. I am going to at some point do something. So I don't have any more excuses, is what it comes down to, and so my game plan is to maybe fix, but maybe not too much this painting, because I find that when I get into that process of fixing a painting, I kill it. I kill the energy. So we want to be careful about that. Killing me softly with your love. Killing me softly. Yes, it is me, says Daryl. It is me. Oh, anyway, so that's what we got to deal with here today. We talk about oh man, I seen this painting right now. Nice. I just realized what I got to do to this painting. Sweet. We talked about the difference between waiting for inspiration or we talk about it. Not like that. We just talked about it last week, but it's an ongoing discussion. Waiting for inspiration. And as you can see, we're kind of doing that right now. A lot to be said about that, waiting for inspiration. I wouldn't rely on it too much. You're best pushing the paint at some point if you're a painter. Get into the rigmarole, and then the inspiration can come within the painting process. I'm a big fan of that. However, as you can see, I am not making a move right now. I'm getting into the rhythm of the hunkering down of doing nothing. But there is maybe something can happen in that process too. So the thinking without actually doing, contemplating various moves, and there's a little bit of an empty heart, an empty vessel, which is good because you can then fill it. But at the moment, void to some extent. So many things we can do, and we become cumbersome by all the other expenditures, or maybe that's not the right word, but definitely cumbersome by all the other projects, if you will, that one what's that? According to your thumbnail, there are more people watching, but no one else has said anything. Right. Well, I gotta. It looks like 3 people are watching. I'm starting to realize I'm starting to sound like Alan Watts, just rattling on nonsense. I don't know. Maybe it's not nonsense. Maybe there's something to it. It's Inside the Artist Studio. I'm your host, Mr. Let's Paint, where we are contemplating doing something with our lives as artists. Always wondering why do we even bother at the same time. But we can't let that take over our thinking too much, because it becomes a thought. It becomes a thought, but it should only, depending on how prevalent that thought becomes, you either pop the thought, or cement the turn that bubble into a cement blimp that crashes into the ground and just wreaks havoc. And we are in the crossroads. We are in the crosshairs of it. I think deep down what I like to do is just throw paint down and not have any concern about any kind of clever moves that I could do to the paint. I just want to put the paint down. I think deep down that's really what I want to do. I'm losing interest in maybe getting some sort of idea across. Maybe I don't care about that, or I'm just getting lazy and I just want to take a break from it. Maybe I could go back to it. I guess I could. I just not really sure I want to. I don't know what I'm doing. But I do feel a little tied down, I gotta say. I feel a little tied down, which then feels like it prevents me from doing anything. All right, well, and that's part of the organizational scenario that we come across here. Anyway, so I'm looking at, having said that, I'm looking at a painting that is just that. It's a painting, but and it depicts something that could use a little more clarity or whatnot. So I guess without further ado, we will mustard on and kind of dabble. Uh, I hate to think that that's what's happening or going to be happening here, but maybe that's what's going to be done with. And even if this is just a an uneventful or not so much uneventful, but uneventful. It will be over. It will be over soon, and we'll make some decisions here. So let me get my gloves on here. I've said this before. It's kind of problematic to paint a landscape inside the studio, but I try. It sure is some ways convenient because you don't have to drive anywhere, but that's part of the fun though too, in a weird way, part of the excitement. Anyway, lots of choices that we have, my friends. If you want to call the program and discuss your issues with painting, life, all that kind of stuff, give us a call. 818-528-4516 is the number. Okay. Got the gloves on, I believe, don't I? I think I do. This painting almost doesn't need much more to it, which is a good thing. So it's just a matter of maybe clarifying what needs to be done, or somehow attacking what is before us. What is that? Oh, let me use this thing. I'm gonna just use this as a quick reference. And I might actually end up using that as a painting paint from that. Lots of decisions here. All right, well, let's just gingerly get going. Sometimes you just got to get moving, people. Get moving. If you can. Upside down it is, huh? That's weird. I guess I have so much tape on this thing, I don't know which one's up and which one's down. Okay, so it's this side. This is the right side. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. What? Oh yeah, baby. Hey, better. Okay. What are we doing? What do you feed a hungry man? Alrighty. Okay, let's put a little yellow here and there. I kind of need some yellow. Now, I've been using this Hansen yellow for a while, and I'm kind of sensing that I don't like it anymore. I was trying to convince myself I liked the Hansen yellow, but I'm kind of finding that it's kind of shitty. In many ways, it's just does not do the job as well as I want it to. But then again, maybe it is not so bad after all. But it does seem to be kind of lame. But I think it's just a matter of maybe just having a little conviction with the right kind of brushwork, right kind of conviction in what you're trying to depict, more so than the color itself. What I'm trying to say is you shouldn't feel something successful just because it has a certain color. It is there's more to it. So I think that's what we're going to have to go by, live by. This kind of has a orangey thing going up there. Let's move some of that around here if we can. This is I'm not certain I know what I'm doing here. But then again, I don't know if I ever felt certain about anything. It's a weird place to be, considering one has been painting for many years, and yet you still don't know what you're doing, kind of deal. It's a kind of it's a good thing, and it's also kind of bad. It's kind of sucks, just a tad bit. But we will. The uncertainties I think are good at times, but it's hard to pull out of that, and because of that, then you do kind of lose your sense of self-worth, because you feel like a total doofus for not being able to make use of your learned knowledge. It's like I come back to the table every time not knowing what the hell I'm doing, repeating the same mistakes. Sometimes, not always, but having said that, that's also kind of. I think you just have to learn to enjoy that process a little bit, because really, otherwise, you will quit. More than likely, you'll give up on the whole thing, because I don't think I wonder if anyone really has it figured out. Well, I guess they do. There are people that do have it. Of course, people have it figured out. Maybe they're not people. Maybe they're some kind of outer space deal. I'm probably going to have to reload on some colors here. Let's see. So what I'm trying to say is your self-doubt and concerns along that matter are healthy in some ways. If you can just be able to, if you're able to, it's how you deal with it. It's how you deal with it. That struggle. How are you going to deal with the struggle?
In my case, I don't always have it figured out. I think it's a give and take. You got the struggle going on, and then yet you kind of conquered it, and then boom, you're back to square one. And that I got to say, that's kind of sometimes maybe the more strange, frustrating part of the painting process, or art. At least for my mind, my sake, my outlook, my looking at it. It's not, obviously it is not yours. It is not your look at it. It is not your, at least at this time, look at it. Not necessarily it is. You may come across the problem or the situation that is at times where you do go, geez, things aren't working out, and you just question what's going on. Okay, so but if we can get going, as you can see, I kind of got going there. I felt a little bit of fresh air, second wind. I gained my second wind, if you will. A little fatigue, painting fatigue, and yet I'm just getting a little bit of a high from the moves, the little moves that I just did, and so there you have it. It's like some cancellation. There's some cancellation, damnation. There's some canceling out going on, and clarification and all that. But how much clarification, and do we, how are we going to end this, is what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm wondering. How is this going to end? Is this going to end badly? Which could be just fine in many respects, because it is just a painting after all. Now, if this was a commission, and we had someone waiting for this thing, and and you have to present it and go through all that part of the process, then you're going to have a little more stress involved, and it will not be as much. You will not have as much freedom, and you will have to, obviously, you're going to be more. You'll be a little more limited in your, more than likely limited in your scope in terms of letting it take its course, the painting, because we are willing in some ways here to I'm not really looking forward to doing this, but we are willing to take a chance to a point where maybe we actually ruin what we got going, what we have started. That is by no means my intent here. I'm trying to make this available, sexy enough for someone to actually want it. Anyway, so there you go. This guy's got Bongo in the house. Daryl's in the house. Give us a call, 818-528-4516. Inside the mind of an artist. Just your average, just an average artist willing to expose their thought process each and every day, Monday through Friday. All right, let's go back to the painting here. So, yeah, 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 yeah. The painting is definitely got some dork factor going, and that's kind of my style to some degree. At times, I can get kind of dorky. It's not something that I'm always so proud of, but it really isn't. I think it really is not something that I seek out or want to have always in my work. But I'm well aware that the dork factor is there. Doesn't mean that I'm going to try to stop it anytime soon, because it is basically who I am. Big ass dork in some ways. I think I've always thought of myself as a dork. I think I'm more of a dork than a nerd, clearly, I guess. See, that yellow just doesn't do it doesn't work very well, basically. Now, the interesting thing is, had I just drove out there and reworked on this painting, I would have had this painting finished. But instead, I have it in the studio and I'm messing with it. And I kind of grapple with that a little bit. It's like, why don't I just go out there? Well, and I don't mind being out there. It's quite fun, and I guess I don't really want to drive. I'm a lazy on that, or that part kind of, I'm not a big fan of having to do too much of that. So, but it might not be a bad idea. Generally speaking, it's a better idea to go out there and rework them there on site. For various reasons, as you can see, we did not do that. In the meantime, we're just kind of, I think too, my inabilities or uncertainties inside the studio have a lot to do with the fact that I haven't spent a lot of time in the studio all these years of painting. I've always been outside. I've always been painting directly from real life. So I guess I am not as, maybe not as confident about my abilities. Fascinating. For sure, man, for sure. Sometimes you just gotta hack away at it, make some mistakes. But that yellow, like I said, just doesn't, it's not singing very well. I think it's more of a trouble than the red. Cadmium red, I could guess maybe I don't need it as much. Well, you know what? Okay, let's see. Maybe we're not so bad off here. Let me just get a better feel of what's going on here with this all. Wherewithal. Maybe it ain't so bad after all. I think it's fine to have uncertainties, you know. I think it's part of the process to be uncertain. It could be. It really could be. There's too much of a impetus on corrective, you know, corrections and being correct about everything. I think there should be a little bit of a wonder of bewilderment, you know, like trying to figure stuff out through thick or thin, you know, being lost and finding yourself in a painting, particularly if you're painting it. I think there's some merit, though it might not always show up as we can see here. It has not necessarily shown itself. It has not revealed itself, has it? But maybe it is. Maybe it is, and I'm not able to recognize it too. That's a lot because you're too close. One's too close to the work. See if I can get some stuff in here like this. White. Some kind of white guy there. I was kind of hesitant or afraid to work on that little clump of trees, but I'm feeling better about it now that I basically was willing to destroy. But I was concerned that if I was going to destroy that area, I would have thrown off the energy force field in the surrounding painting, the rest of the painting on the rest of the canvas. But I feel somewhat accepting about what has transpired. However, I think I could probably move some of the background into that because it looks like it could probably, I need to get rid of some of that space off to the left. What I need to do is continue I could cut in maybe, let me just see if I can, let's see if I can bring some of the background in more so. Yeah, how about that? That looks better, I think, maybe. Couldn't hurt, I bet. Yeah, break that up. It looks like it needed to be just a tad bit. Cut back, and then this could be chopped up just a tad bit too. Perfect-ish, maybe. Maybe that's good. That already looked a lot better. Looks a lot better. I think sometimes too, maybe there is a muscle memory thing going on in my hand-eye painting coordination. Maybe it's just sheer luck, but we've been, again, you've been painting for so long, maybe things can happen, transpire because of the fact that you've been painting for so long, that you can kind of have better luck at getting something to look maybe more like it's supposed to be looking like. All right, I feel a lot better about that little area. I don't know if I want to keep messing with it. I might want to just let it, sometimes you want to just move on to another section. Having said that, I'm going to mess with it some more because that's how I roll. Ooh, I see something too. What I could do is add some more of the background here also to this area. Whoops, that's okay. Just want to give it a little more. Bring some of the space into that area, get rid of some of that. Yeah, why not? Break that up. Break it up, break it up, break down. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not do that? Why not do that? You can do it. We can do it. You can do it. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. Maybe something here, here and there, a little doodad, some kind of whatever. Yeah, that kind of helped break up that clump of tree. So that tree now at least has some understanding. We are starting to understand the tree. To our liking. To our liking. Excuse me. Okay, so. All right, so I'm going to definitely stay away from that section and kind of rework maybe this little thing here seems like it should be darker, so let's go ahead and work that. I said I was going to go away and then I'm back. That happens. Okay, so let's go back to this part here. Rework the palm trees on the right, they kind of seem like they need a little more love. So let's see if we can get them going here. Yeah, a lot better, a lot better. Eric, that's a great question. Will I be adding people to the painting? And the question, or will it be beachless? There will be no people. No people on the painting. Though there are some cars. There are some cars there, so that's kind of represents humanity on some level. Anyway, it's starting to look. I see something here. Let's go back to that. Problem with that big old bush in the middle, it's so central, you know. We kind of, yeah, break it down a little bit if we can. Now I'm thinking, oh, now I'm looking at it and I'm going, you know what? Not liking it. This, my friends, is why I do not like working on paintings in the studio or reworking paintings. It's not my cup of tea. But I got to stay with it. Stay with it, John. Stay with it, Mr. Paint. It's actually not so bad. Ish. Not so bad. Not so good. All right. Let's see here. Go back to that. Okay. Oh, all right, a little better overall. I'm feeling kind of like it's close to being done, maybe. Let me just kind of take a look here at what's going on. I think I kind of resolved that area a little better. I feel better about it. And so having that resolved, then it's just a matter of maybe a palm tree here and there is a little off-centered and needs a little back and forth. I'm not going to worry about it too much, the darkness, overall darkness of it all. It's just kind of what it is. So it's definitely moody. It's a moody piece. But I do feel good about resolving that section. Let me figure this. Let me fix this little spot here. That's what I don't want. There you go. Get rid of that thing. Okay. All right. What do we need to do? More of that yellow. See, that yellow doesn't go far, I've discovered. I remember in the 70s and 80s, the beaches would be packed with people spaced inches from each other. Now beaches are empty, so guess it works out, LOL. You do remember that, Eric? I don't know. They're still packed. It's just not every day they're packed. Weekends and then the summertime, it's usually pretty crowded overall. But like right now, this time of year, it's not. There's really no one there on the beach. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it rolls. It feels kind of done. There's a few nagging questions that I might want to try to address, but I might also just, say that's it, I'm done, kind of deal. Give me a little more yellow there. There's still more stuff to do. Let me get a little water. How about a little water? Oh, that feels good. Water. Well, it might look good from your angle, but in real life, it's still got needs some help. But we're going to try to make it look good in real life also. We're going to try to make it look enjoyable for the viewer in person and not just from afar. Let's give it a little bit of love over here. You need a little bit of love, my friends. Just a little bit of a light bullshit yellow that I'm starting to not like anymore. It does the job, but it's just, I think it kind of prevents a lot of good stuff that could happen because it's just shitty paint. That's the problem too, guys, in painting in general. Your paint can make your paintings suck. Not that I'm an advocate of buying the very best paint, but I am an advocate of buying a more professional quality paint than otherwise. It can be a problem. But also, if you go about painting in kind of a more, I don't know, ham-fisted kind of way, which I kind of go about it. I like to think I go ham-fisted. I think that's a good way to go. It is not imperative always to have good paint, but there are times when the bad paint really does cause some issues. It can, depending on how you go about it. Like I said, I kind of go both ways. And so because of that, I have issues at times, and other times I don't. And in particular, that yellow, that Hansen yellow, I'm starting to not feel the Hansen yellow love that I thought I was liking before, but it's just, it gets muddy fast, and it dries up fast. It just doesn't spread very well. But having said that, I'll probably still use it. I mean, I'm gonna have to keep using it because that's, I guess, all I got at the moment. Maybe I'll break down and buy some yellow. It's good to change up your colors every once in a while anyway. It makes for interesting issues in terms of paintings. Things can kind of develop differently because you are using a different paint. But I'd still say stay away from the student grade paints overall. All right. Well, I guess I'm not seeing anything really strikingly wrong at the moment. Maybe I'll see something else that bothers me later on. But for now, we've sort of attacked that reworking of this painting that was asking to be reworked, I guess. And I guess that's it for us here today at Let's Paint TV. I want to thank you all for hanging out here. As you know, we try to be here as much as we can, Monday through Friday, 11 to 12 noon. And then Friday, which would be tomorrow night, we will do Friday night paints, I believe. Though I've been moving stuff around my treadmills. I might have to move the treadmill back, which I guess I could do. I'll move it back. Why don't I do that? I think I could pull that off. Maybe I'll just leave it back in here. Kind of miss my treadmill. I kind of miss my treadmill being here. I kind of miss the idea, the option to run or even walk, which I have not been doing of late. All right, well, I drank all the coffee, I drank all the water. You got it, Eric, buddy. I don't know if it's a lesson or it's just my I wouldn't say it's a lesson per se. It's just more or less me rattling on some levels, though I guess there are some lessons to be deciphered somewhere. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow night, I believe. That would be the plan. I believe. Oh. Yeah, feels good. Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. I feel good. Do 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 do. All right, that's it for us here at Let's Paint TV. Thanks again. We'll see you tomorrow night, Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. Bye-bye.